Head lice is something we often don't think about until it's too late, but it's a problem that parents all over the country face, especially parents of school-aged children. In fact, at any given time, at least 6 to 12 million people have lice in the United States, which means that at least 2% of children at schools are walking around with an infestation during the school year. And here's something else you might not have known. You are twice as likely to get head lice again within 30 days of the initial treatment because the lice leave saliva and urine scent that takes about 30 days to dissipate from the hair. Although watching this video might make you itch, it will also give you the tools you need to face lice head on. "99% of lice transfer through head-to-head contact. The other 1% is through inanimate objects such as hairbrushes and hats. Keeping this in mind, here are some easy ways to help prevent the spread of head lice during the school year. Coach your kids against behaviors that can transfer lice. This includes sharing brushes, hats, and pillows, and even taking pictures and selfies. For girls, put their hair up in braids or buns every day. Use lice repellent daily. Start conversations about lice with other parents. In addition to all that, one of the most important things that you can do is a weekly wet head check, which we will explain shortly. For maximum protection, hair should be washed with lice repellent shampoos and conditioners. A lice repellent spray should also be used every day. There are many over-the-counter lice prevention kits available, but actually, lice are adapting to these mass-produced products. Therefore, it's recommended that you should use a product from a lice removal specialist like Headhunters that continually update their product's formula as often as is necessary to remain effective. The most important tool in your lice prevention toolkit is a fine-tooth knit comb, where the teeth are so tightly spaced that you cannot see through them. This comb should be used in the weekly wet head checks, which we will now demonstrate. Performing weekly wet head checks will allow you to detect head lice in its early stages before it becomes an infestation. Here's what you do. Have your child shower and do this while their hair is still wet. Hold the wet, detangled hair in a ponytail. Take the fine-tooth lice comb and run it through the hair strands covering the entire hairline, front hairline, back hairline behind the ears, and the nape of the neck. Wipe the comb on a plain white paper towel between each swipe. We suggest the Viva brand of paper towel. Wiping the comb will allow you to see if it pulls anything out of the hair, as well as lets you clean the comb off after each swipe. This process can take up to 20 minutes. When wiping the comb after running it through each small section of hair, look for small, translucent to brownish dots with a teardrop shape. These could be the nits. Also look for adult lice. These will be the bugs the size of uncooked grains of rice. Something else you might not have known about lice, they can change color. So depending on your child's hair, the nits will range in color from different shades of brown to red. With a successful wet head check, the only thing you'll wipe off the comb is hair and dandruff. When it comes to head lice, here are the things that you should look for. Uncontrollable itching, red rash near the neck area, scalp damage due to scratching, and sleeplessness and fatigue. So let's say you've done everything right up to this point, and you or your child still ends up with head lice. The most important thing to remember is stay calm and don't panic. You don't have to move into a hotel or burn your house down. Lice can only survive for 24 hours off the human host, and nits are inviable immediately once they leave the head. But here are the things that you should do. Wash your sheets and pillowcases. Put pillows and stuffed animals in the dryer for at least 30 minutes. Put brushes and combs in the freezer for at least 3 hours. Check each family member for lice using the wet head check method. For those found to have lice, proceed to the lice treatment, which we will explain now. Lice treatment is very similar to a wet head check. The difference is that instead of just checking to see if nits are present, you are now actively removing nits and bugs. Once again, you will work on your child's hair while wet. Brush all of the hair to the back of the head. Starting above the right ear, begin combing the hair in a downward direction. Working towards the left ear, comb the entire front hairline. Perform this step twice. Hold the hair in one hand, working from ear to ear. Comb the back hairline in an upward direction. Perform this step twice. Part the hair down the middle like you were making pigtails. Secure one side and comb the other. Starting at the forehead, comb the hair in a downward direction, working towards the nape of the neck. Comb each side twice. Repeat this process every other day for 1 week, starting 48 hours after initial detection and removal of the infestation, then once a week for 4 weeks after detection and removal. There are many misconceptions about lice, the most common one being that head lice is a show of poor hygiene. But in fact, lice actually thrive off of clean hair, and they are incredibly contagious. The second thing to remember is that you don't have to completely tear your house apart, throw away all of your child's favorite stuffed animals, or burn the sheets and pillows. As we've previously discussed, putting the appropriate items in the freezer or dryer will do just fine, and it will also make you feel more comfortable. Education is the key. If lice does turn up in your family, inform all social circles you've been involved with so that others know to check their children and themselves. Part of the reason that lice spread so rapidly is because parents are embarrassed to tell others that they have it. This keeps the lice cycle going and makes it even worse. Whatever happens, don't panic. Lice is not the end of the world. Just use these tips and know that you can get through this and that you're not alone.